The first incident was on Sunday when unknown men came to the home of Yuri Nikolov, who's one of the most famous anti-corruption journalists in Ukraine. At the beginning of last year, he unveiled a very big scandal about corruption with food purchases for the military. He wasn't at home at the time. His ailing mother was there. They behaved in a threatening way and they left messages on the door signs saying he's a provocateur and saying he should join the army. In fact, he's not eligible for military service precisely because he's looking after his elderly mother. And then just yesterday, there was a video published of cameramen employed by the anti-corruption investigative media Bigus Info, apparently taking drugs at a New Year's party. Now, the media has not denied that they were indeed taking drugs, and they don't say that it was a plant. They have fired the relevant people. But what's worrying them is that in order to get this video and this information, it was clear that the people concerned and perhaps other employees of the channel were under surveillance. Their phones were being tapped for months. And I spoke earlier to Max Opasenko, one of the editors-in-chief of Bigus Info. He said they're used to their phones being tapped in order to try to get information about their work, what they're investigating on. But this is something different because there was a clear intent to find some dirt on some employees of the channel's private life and to discredit them in that way. And people are up in arms about this because Ukraine prides itself on the freedom of its media. It's one of the main arguments that the country has to say that it is fighting corruption, that it is a democracy, and those kinds of things are supposed to happen in Russia or in the old Ukraine under Viktor Yanukovych. 10 years ago now he left power, not today.
Well, Gulliver, how closely is this story being followed there in Ukraine? What kind of reaction has there been to all of this?
Very, very closely. There's been real indignation about this from the anti-corruption community in particular, activists and the media, but also more broadly because people are acutely aware of the damage that things like this could do to Ukraine's reputation. Volodymyr Zelensky, the president, is in Davos at the moment pleading Ukraine's cause. There are suspicions, though, that the people behind these acts of intimidation, and the journalists are also saying that there have been other incidents in recent months, could be linked to the office of the president. So what they're saying is that Zelensky himself really needs to come out strongly condemning this and reaffirming Ukraine's commitment to freedom of the media and particularly to journalists who are investigating corruption issues.